Silence scares people because it cannot be read, predicted, or manipulated. It forces reflection. It removes distraction. Elias Crow understood that true power does not announce itself. It waits, in silence. The loud chase attention. The silent command it. And in a world drowning in noise, the one who controls silence controls the room. This is not a story about speaking less. It is a story about mastering yourself and letting silence speak for you. Years later, when Elias reached the top, people still spoke louder around him. They assumed leadership meant authority through speech. Elias proved otherwise. His silence created clarity. His restraint created trust. When he spoke, people listened, not because they feared him, but because they knew his words were never wasted. Silence had sharpened his judgment. It had filtered ego, emotion, and impulse. What remained was control. Those who tried to challenge Elias failed, not because he attacked them, but because he refused to engage emotionally. Anger needs reaction to survive. Ego needs attention. Silence starves both. Over time, critics faded. Manipulators avoided him. People realized that silence could not be controlled. It could only be respected or feared. Elias never sought power. Power found him in the absence of noise. In a world addicted to constant expression, restraint became revolutionary. Outside the office, Elias lived the same way. He spoke little. He listened deeply. People around him often revealed more than they intended, uncomfortable with quiet pauses. Silence made them rush to explain, justify, or impress. Elias never rushed them. He understood that silence creates space, and in that space, truth surfaces. Most people fear silence because it offers no validation, no applause, no reassurance. Elias embraced it. Silence had become his filter, separating substance from noise. After that moment, power shifted quietly. Elias was no longer overlooked. He was anticipated. People waited for his reaction before committing to decisions. His silence became a signal: approval, disapproval, uncertainty. He never explained it. Silence forced others to self-evaluate. They questioned their own choices instead of challenging his. Authority followed not from dominance, but from discipline. Elias had mastered emotional control, and that mastery unsettled people more than anger ever could. Silence does not demand respect. It earns it through consistency. The turning point came during a crisis. A major failure threatened the entire organization. Executives panicked. Voices overlapped. Accusations flew. Everyone demanded answers, except Elias. He remained silent, watching chaos unfold. Finally, someone turned to him and asked what he thought. Elias paused. The room went still. In that silence, people confronted their own fear. When Elias spoke, his words were few, precise, and undeniable. He outlined the truth without blame. Silence had amplified his credibility. Because he spoke so rarely, every word carried weight. Silence began to work against those who feared it. People started projecting onto Elias. Some believed he was planning something. Others thought he knew more than he did. Rumors grew, not because he spoke, but because he didn't. Silence invites imagination, and imagination magnifies fear. When questions were asked, Elias responded with brief, neutral words. Never defensive, never emotional. The more controlled he remained, the more unstable others became. Meetings grew tense when he entered the room. His presence slowed conversations. Silence had shifted from passive to dominant. At first, Elias was ignored. Promotions went to louder voices, bold promises, and aggressive charm. He never complained. Silence made people assume he lacked ambition, but ambition does not always announce itself. Over time, Elias became the one people spoke to after meetings ended. They leaned in, lowered their voices, and confessed doubts they would never share publicly. Elias listened without judgment. His silence made him feel safe. Yet safety can be deceptive. Every secret shared strengthened his understanding of the system. While others fought for control, Elias mapped it. Elias was never the loudest in meetings. While others competed for attention, he sat quietly at the edge of the table, hands folded, eyes steady. People assumed silence meant weakness, uncertainty, or fear. They mistook restraint for lack of confidence. Meanwhile, executives argued, egos clashed, and voices rose. Elias said nothing. He observed patterns, motives, and fractures forming beneath the surface. His silence made people uncomfortable. They filled it with nervous laughter, over-explanations, and careless admissions. Without realizing it, they gave him leverage. Silence, Elias understood, was not absence. It was pressure. People fear noise because it distracts them, but they fear silence because it exposes them. Silence leaves no room to hide intentions, excuses, or weakness. This is the story of a man named Elias Crow, a man who spoke less than anyone in the room, and yet controlled every room he entered. He never raised his voice. He never argued. He simply watched. And when people talked themselves into revealing who they were, Elias listened. What follows is not a tale of loud power or dramatic dominance. It is a story about how silence became a weapon and why it terrified everyone who underestimated it. If this story resonated with you, leave a like and subscribe for more. Until next time, keep moving forward.